Thank you, Mary. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Paula Lewis, Director of Finance and Information Technology here at the Bar Association. And again, attorney licensure renewal, almost a month away. So first, what we're going to talk about, Mary had said that we, the Bar Association, had updated Constitution and bylaws. And just to hit some highlights on some of those changes that reflect part of the collaboration with the New Hampshire Supreme Court and the Attorney Discipline Office. Here are some changes that we did update. Clarification of in good standing, the first two bullets, resignation from the New Hampshire Bar Association for those whose association dues and court fees are current. That used to say in good standing, so it just makes it clearer. Same with the status change. Now it's whose association dues and court fees are current. So it's really clarifying what's in good standing was a lot of times a question that we got from members. This makes it very clear what needs to be done for resignation or a status change. There is an extended time frame to request a dues waiver. It was formerly 30 days. It's going to 60 days from the date of the dues invoice. So you'll have 2 months to request that waiver. And then removal of the administrative suspension. The administrative suspension used to occur on around November 1st. That will not occur in this dues year and the coming years. And that would be specifically for non-payment of dues and court fees. What will happen is suspension will come right around that same time frame, maybe a little bit earlier. It's dependent upon what the court and their processing timeline is. But it will be to suspension and possibly a request to appear in front of the court. Some changes to the bylaws. Again, there's a clarification of in good standing, meaning a member whose association and dues and court fees are current may participate in sections. So it's a clarification for participation in sections. Removal of the November 1st deadline for reporting non-payment and dues and court fees to the court by the New Hampshire Bar Association. So November 1st would roll around, we'd be sending a list to the court and updating it. We're no longer going to do that. There is a member listing that will still be sent, but it's on a different time frame. Expansion of the legal service organization that may qualify members for limited active membership status. That's a different status, different change. It's similar to the pro bono status that we currently have, but it's adding, it used to be just pro bono, so we're adding the other legal services agencies, Legal Advice and Referral Center, NHLA, New Hampshire Legal Assistance, and the Disabilities Rights Center. That does require an annual certification by the director of the organization for which you're working with, so NHLA, LARC, Pro Bono, DRC, and that director forwards a list onto our member records staff here at the Bar Association for that update. And then an extended time frame to request a status change. Formerly it was 30 days. The time frame now is 60 days. So we do ask that all members who are thinking about a status change, particularly in the month of June, to go ahead and issue their status change ahead of time. You can put an effective date on that. What that'll do for you is when we process the invoice for the upcoming year, the renewal invoice with the New Hampshire Bar Association dues and the New Hampshire Supreme Court fees, your amount will reflect the upcoming status change because the dues are from June 1. So if there is any status change that anyone is looking to do, please get it into us, and you'll see later, but the deadline for us here is May 13th this year, so we can get it on the dues bill. So the May 13th date, be prepared. Please do updates. May 13th, you're going to hear me say that date over and over again. You want to make sure your contact information is correct in the New Hampshire Bar Association database. Email address, name, firm. Use the website, NHBA website at newhampshirebar.org to check your information on our member directory. What we have out there is what where we're going to be sending the information. Status changes, like I said, May 13th. Please whitelist nhbar.org. The member renewal information will come in one email as it has in the last few years, and it comes from billing@nhbar.org. You probably, if you've seen it, we sent out a notice about upcoming renewal, and it did come from billing@newhampshirebar.org. We do that for a couple of reasons. One is we get our kickbacks of address no longer exists, there's nobody there, and we're able to follow up on those. Our member records group will do that. And we also get out-of-office notes, so for military and whatnot, we can follow up. So it's twofold, to get the information out to you and for us to follow up with our members who may have made a change and not informed us as such. And then set up email forwarding. If you're an admin in this room, or the attorneys who have their admin complete their renewal information for us and send it on in, you can set up forwarding in your email. So all attorneys will receive the email. You can set up a forwarding to your admin, so they will automatically get the email forwarded to them. And Sue Bergeron has been kind enough, and there's that little highlighted line that you see up on the screen with the arrow pointing to it. She has gone through pretty much every single email, Yahoo, Outlook, you name it. She's searched it out, and she has put information on how to set up that forwarding right there on that link, right on the front page of our website, nhbar.org. So, as Mary said, 3 annual renewal transactions. So we have the trust account compliance filing, Rule 50A, NHMCLE credit and affidavit, Rule 53, and then the annual licensure payments, which is the New Hampshire Supreme Court fees, professional conduct fee, NHMCLE fee, Public Protection Fund, New Hampshire Lawyer Assistance Program. All of those are administered by the Bar Association on behalf of the New Hampshire Supreme Court. The information and the funds that are received by the New Hampshire Bar Association for those are turned over to the court. And then we have the New Hampshire Association bar dues. For payments of the court fees and the bar dues, you can pay online via credit card, as easy as when you receive your renewal notification from billing@nhbar.org. You can click on the link, your invoice will come up, you can fill it out accordingly, and pay with your credit card and check it off for the year. Or if you still prefer, you can write a check. I'm working on currently, and I'm hoping to have available e-check as well. For those, we did get a question in our last workshop about accepting American Express. American Express just hasn't come into a play where we can really go forward with them. Their cost is just super high for their discounts for the amount of funds that are processed. So in lieu of accepting American Express, which I do know a lot of the firms do use, we're looking at e-check, so we'll be able to pay electronically that way. And again, on some of these items, based upon your status, you may not be eligible or need to file for all 3 of these transactions. We'll talk about that a little bit more when Ruth Ellen goes forward with the trust account compliance and when Carol goes forward on the NHMCLE requirements. So there is an email notice that you will receive that I've been talking about. That email notice is going to be from billing@newhampshirebar.org. It's going to go to the attorney, and it will say your 2016-17 annual licensure renewal. And as I said, there are direct links. The Pay Online link allows you to pay for your New Hampshire bar dues and your New Hampshire Supreme Court fees. You can click on that. It'll bring you right up to the invoice to go and pay. And then the other link is annual reporting, and that will bring you to our member dashboard where you will be able to identify quickly by color. Red, you need to do something. Green, you're all set to file your trust account compliance form, and the link over to the attorney reporting tools, so you can go ahead, enter your credits if you still need to enter your NHMCLE credits, and then file your affidavit And then, of course, at the bottom of this email is a link to the finance department. So if there are any questions, you can send us a quick email, and we do turn those questions around, usually less than 24 hours. When we get into the real busy time, it might take that 24 hours to get it. If it's something that is needed quicker than that, you can always call. There's always someone here to help. This one, if you have your PowerPoint out, it's probably easier to see than up on the screen. But this is your membership renewal invoice. So when you click Pay Online on the screen that I was previous on, you're going to be brought to this screen. You'll see what your dues, your court fees are for your status. You'll be able to update your section membership, which will also update the total of your invoice. And then you'll have the option to donate to New Hampshire Pro Bono. Once you go through this screen, it'll just be a credit card information entry. You hit Pay Now. Don't keep hitting the Pay Now button, because it will be refunding you some money. But let it process. You'll get a notice. Thank you for your payment. 311, 3 steps, 1 deadline, 1 place. Again, online payment, electronic trust account compliance, and New Hampshire minimum legal continuing education credit and affidavit. The deadline's July 1. That's the due date. And the 1 place is go to www.newhampshirebar.org. And with that, Sue Bergeron's going to give us a little bit more information about what is going to be on the New Hampshire Bar website this year to assist members with their renewal of their annual license.